Look at you. Finally got those powers, huh? Bet you're excited, but don't get in over your head. You thought this life was gonna be easy? Not even close. Oh, and you joined that little Justice League, but who are we trying to fool? That shit wasn't gonna end well. And your pop's going rogue? Shit, man, couldn't have been easy. And even when you got him to leave, you somehow made your way right back. Even fought off a couple Viltrumites. I think you surprised all of us with that. Then you had that whole thing with Anissa and Angstrom. Yeah, that was rough. But don't forget, I gave you a second chance. All we want to do is make the world better. Your father couldn't do it, so now you're gonna step in. You'll return to Earth. Make them bend the knee. If not, I'll come back and destroy your whole fucking planet. I don't know about y'all, but Invincible has become one of the few shows that I'll actually watch weekly, and probably the only show I want to make vids on weekly. Like that trailer, I don't know what Mark did for Cecil to be acting like that, but I just gotta see it. Now, for those who read the comics, let's be nice and not ruin the experience. I read the comments and I'm sure others read the comments too. We just want to talk about the show. Let us have this. But anyways, the first thing we see is how much Mark improved. He's on a whole training regimen and this monster he's fighting is really an 8-year-old, and look how concerned the mom looks. Then look at the dad. The guy's unfazed. He got work in 40 minutes. He trying to wrap this shit up. Either he trying to figure out what to tell his boss, or he's getting paid a bag. Whole time he's planning out his shopping spree. Buy to hit up Gucci, Prada, Dior. I might fuck around a cop a Rolex. Mind you, he just watched his child get uppercutted 50 feet in the air, and best believe he gonna be back next week. But Mark was doing a lot, like working on his heat resistance, I guess, working on his speed, got him flying from the moon and back, and the heaviest thing they could find wasn't enough to work on his strength. Had to make a whole machine for it, which still wasn't enough. And they got him doing all this because of Anissa. She came down, whooped his ass real quick, then left. Had them terrified. They said, yeah, the way he is now, he can probably beat her. Maybe, but she mentioned another. And when someone strong mentions another person, you know that nigga's a problem. But that's when Rex pulls up. Breaking news, someone is trying to steal the Declaration of Independence. Huh? That is the most random thing to steal. Now, I just want y'all to see how bad this cop got it. Every other cop got evaded or like knocked back or something, right? But look at this guy. He runs in, gets flipped, and look at his face. He's trying to figure out why he just got hit with a set of moves that only individuals with a WWE Tag Team Championship can pull off in the middle of a fucking staircase. That man is either dead or paralyzed for life. But good news, the heroes show up, and all of a sudden I feel bad for these guys. They are trying their absolute hardest while these two are talking about women. The worst part is when Rex was like, yo, can you hurry this up? I already beat my guy. And Mark proceeds to say right in front of him, not even looking at him either, oh, I'm just trying to hold back. He's a normal dude. So what he decides to do is before running in, he yells, and I quote, normal this, does 0 damage, while Mark confirms, yeah, totally normal. What? Even with them getting away because Kate's brother pulls up, they are never gonna forget this moment. But the reason why this dude is jumping Rex is because he thinks that Rex is responsible for Kate's death. Now, Mark, can you please stop trying to talk and just fight? You're not Batman. You have no intimidation. Rex is getting violated out there. Now, with this show, expect a lot of black and white scenes because he rips the skull off, plunges it back in the other's head, and that's all I'm showing. Just know there were limbs flying. But as we already know, Kate is alive. Obviously, no one else knew besides Immortal. Turns out she just had a spare clone hiding out. And Rex, who I think has the right to ask why she just let him believe she was dead, and here this nigga go.
It was her decision. She can do what she pleases.
Yo, can someone fire this guy? So they headed back to their cave. Everyone got to see Kate again, and she's now engaged to Immortal. But that wasn't the only surprise. Ray also survived. So we got the whole team back, and Sanson was like, yeah, no one can stand up to us now. Calm down, bro. Y'all got washed on damn near every occasion. Y'all lost to people who call themselves the Lizard League. That should be explanation enough. If I need help and I see the Guardians of the Globe pull up, I'ma cry. If I don't see Eve or Mark tagging along, I know I'm dead. mad. But now we see Mark chilling with the bros, and you know they ended up talking about Eve, right? Mark tells him about when future Eve saved him and how she also said that she loved him for years. And since the Mark in her timeline was dead, she never got over it. So she said he should give his Eve an answer, whether he says he likes her or not, just something. Now we all know Mark likes her, we can tell from season 1. But for some reason, he wants to tell her about what future Eve said, and me and you both will. Is this dude stupid? Like what Will said, it's okay to be honest, but being too honest is a thing. You gon' mess up the whole play. So he pulls up on her, and bro, if you fuck this up, I'ma be heated. Spoiler alert, he fucked it up. You just had to tell her. I don't even know what to say, I'm just disappointed. But this is when we see little bro, and listen, when it comes to the sibling slash child character, it can go either way. You can have the good ones like my dog AJ, Ellie, Gohan, or you can have the annoying ones. The Daniels, the Barutos, the Atreuses. Oh, just thinking about it pisses me off. I pray Ollie's one of the good ones. But we then find out he already got his powers, and Cecil was on that immediately, no time was wasted. The thing is though, before you can get to Ollie, you're gonna have to get past Debbie, and Debbie isn't going for that. She wants Ollie to enjoy being a child. But that's when Cecil gets a call saying that every single hero, including the Guardians, got abducted. Not even 3 minutes ago, bro was talking about how they were unstoppable. The only 2 heroes left were Mark and Eve, so they tracked down Rudy's signal, and it was the scientist again. This guy lost like 14 times already, we are not worried. But I guess his time in prison, he learned how to communicate with bugs. Strong bugs, but still bugs nonetheless, we are not worried. Yeah, they lost the bugs. But this is the moment where everything changes. Not only did Cecil send down these pods filled with the humanoid robots, meaning he gave Sinclair a damn job, then we see Black Bat on the field, who was on a killing spree back in Midnight City. Mark was not happy about any of this. The moment the situation was handled, he went straight to Cecil. So he gets there and Cecil was like, look Mark, they can't fix their mistakes in prison. You just don't waste people like them. You reform them. Now look, Black Bat is one thing. Yes, he was on a killing spree, but he was technically doing it for good. He wasn't fully lost yet. But Sinclair, yeah, he's using donated corpses now, but you cannot erase his past. At least Black Bat was killing to keep people safe. Sinclair was doing it for the love of the game. Now Mark wasn't backing off. He said, I'm not leaving until you put them back in prison. So Cecil said, I bet. You know I'll rock with you, Mark, but you're forcing my hand. My job is to protect this planet from threats. There's no coming back from that. So he zooms off, made his way to the Guardians, but with that thing in his head, he can't do much, and this is the proudest I've been. I thought the Guardians was going to side with Cecil, but instead they was fighting for Mark. Now Rex, I know you had good intentions, but you just... He started pulling off Omni-Man exclusive combos, doing things he never done before. He ripped that robot vertically, and everyone is just watching like, damn, I ain't about to calm him down. And honestly, I think Invincible team, amazing work, bro. That scene, I felt mad for Mark. I was ready to get in there and start boxing the robots my damn self. But afterwards, he tells his folks about what happened. Even told them how he said he'll kill him if he ever comes close. How old is he? Bro is like 12 years old talking like that. I'm already knowing he gonna be a problem. But just had monsters try to rip us apart. I mean, technically, the girl was like, yeah, all we are to him is weapons, useful until we're not. And this is when the team starts to divide. One half of the team thinks Cecil went way too far, while the other thinks Mark forced him to do it. And look how Ray shut Kate up.
I went through just as much as you and Rex. More even. Not anywhere close. There's only one of me. I can't go hide a backup copy of myself away like you can. My powers are different, so?
So this half of the team decided to stay while the other is leaving. And I don't know what Ruby has planned, cause he said, yeah, Monster Girl is the reason why I'm leaving. But Mark is the strongest hero on the planet, and someday I might need him on my side. Bro, what do you have planned to where you need to call in a favor from Invincible? But we did get a flashback of Cecil, and I'ma keep it a buck. If the villains are looking like this,
yeah, Neptune above,
I'm getting no heroics done. Now, Cecil doing too much. The hoes is watching. But it just gets even worse.
This can't be.
Shorty, you got it, man. Listen, you leave that nigga, I'll lower your sentence. That's my deal, take it or leave it. But you know what they do? They leaked the gas anyway. Skin got boiled off, so Cecil knocks them in, closes the door, and he's a real one, I'll give him that. And the fact that he survived this and was back to normal like nothing happened? Do you even need Sinclair when y'all can do stuff like this? The fact that not only you survived, but man, y'all do not need Sinclair. Bitch should've took my deal. But for real though, this was showing how Cecil used to think exactly like Mark. Can't be working with the bad guys. But him going to prison is what changed his mind. Now, first of all, there's gotta be a mistake. This quirkless man does not belong here. I don't know how he's so calm. I would have been squirming in those cuffs. I'm not staying here. Crazy part is though, this dude been 3 years, so his boss comes back, told him he has a new position now, and wants Cecil to take his old one. He refused, but listen to this. Now that's facts. If Batman didn't exist.
Oh my God.
You can say the Batman no kill rule is stupid, and I would agree with you in some cases. But hear me out. I'm just saying. But yeah, speaking of Batman, Black Bat actually joined the Guardians. And even Donald was like, yo, Cecil, I don't know about this one, man. Calling him in when we had no other choice is one thing. But joining the Guardians, he murdered people. And I understand both sides, but shit, you see who's left from the Guardians? They need all the help they can get. And
when I was lying on...
But now we see Mark training Ollie when they take a quick stop at Arts. Got his first suit and, you know, as long as you're happy. But he wanted to name himself Kid Omni-Man.
What?
You gonna have a target on your back the second you debut. But he wasn't the only one who got a new fit. I'm rocking with the black and blue, not gonna lie. And they got a perfect chance to test out the new suits. But this dude Ollie just doesn't listen. Mark said, look, you gon' sit here and watch, I'ma handle this. He couldn't even let those words marinate for 2 seconds. He ran straight in, gets blasted, laid out on the pavement. That's what Mark pretty much washed these guys. Like imagine getting gripped by the chest, beat down, chest gripped again and chucked into a wall. Within the span of 5 seconds, retirement is your only option after that. And the only thing Ollie had to say was, yo bro, you ain't saved one for me? Huh? So now we see Debbie is finally getting out of her shell, going on dates. She deserves love, but telling this guy your whole life story on the second date, including that your son is invincible, is actually insane. Also, they were on the news, and I guess humans might actually be stupid because they couldn't fathom a costume change. They saw the blue suit and for some reason thought it was someone copying Invincible. They're calling him Invincible. Wow, the Viltrumites may have been right. There's no saving them. These niggas are stupid. So we see that the Mauler twins are back for the 37th time, and even they know the Guardians suck. They were offended that only 5 pulled up. Now Black Bat might honestly put up a fight. What is Kate gonna do besides get her ass beat 20 times? I don't even know how Samson got on the team. I swear I don't even know what his powers are. I don't even know your name. And Immortal? Nigga, you just asked. So Samson couldn't even get a turn before getting knocked out. Immortal gets chucked into a beam. Why is he still employed? Has he won a single fight? He's probably the only person on this planet who has a KD ratio, and that shit is negative. Randy Cunningham almost got bodied, but Black Bat saves him. And instead of saving him again because he had ample time to do so, he says, look out. He didn't even try this time. And Kate's doing exactly what we all expected. Losing. Then Bat attacks the legs, flips over and accomplished nothing. Now I will give credit where credit is due. Immortal was mixing his shit. Not for long though, he wasn't doing enough damage to lay him out. Continuing coverage of the crisis at the nuclear silo, the Guardians of the Globe is on scene, but there's been no updates since they entered. Do not get your hopes up, I repeat, do not get your hopes up. All citizens have been advised that if you're in trouble, please hesitate. Do not call these niggas. You're better off yelling for Adam Eve and hope she's in the area. Prayer is your only chance at survival. Ma, you see this shit? Those were the people I was working with.
I mean, it can't be that bad.
It's a 5v2.
What?
A 5v2. They have someone who can create clones and they still can't jump correctly. So Mark pulls up and Ollie was right behind him. Not gonna lie, that was a clean entrance. You a badass little kid. You don't listen, but that was cold. And Mark, come on, bro. Did you lose your Zenkai boost? Letting a child outperform you is crazy. And the only reason he got his face slammed into the pavement is because you distracted him. So he finally breaks free, got rid of that one, shoulder checked the next, and And the twins were taking no chances. They said that punch was a little too hard, let's just get this over with. Launch the missile so Mark goes after it. Meanwhile, Ollie is punching jaws off like, excuse me? Was you like this the whole time or what? So Mark catches up with the missile and him and Ollie are synced up. Nah, bro. Who this Jason Todd? Gonna be Red Hood in a couple months? Little dude gonna be a problem. His whole demeanor changed. Went from a little kid to a traumatized grown man. And he proceeds to walk him down. The man is begging for mercy, but he probably doesn't even know what that means. Obliterated that man's face with no hesitation. And he really had the audacity to claim that was an accident. Nah, bro, we saw you. You were dead serious. And I don't know what Cecil was doing, like we didn't give you a clear warning. Look at Cecil. I couldn't imagine what's going through his head. He has never made that expression before. And you know immortal punk ass not gonna do nothing. He's always so high and mighty until a Viltrumite in the room. Hey, you better put him down. Don't you dare do that. Hey, Invincible, put him down, man. Please. Invincible, don't make me come up there and talk to you about it. Invincible, don't make me handle this with words. But this wasn't how I imagined this scene playing out though. I thought Ollie was gonna put Mark in a position to where he was gonna kill. He's already down that path. I thought it was gonna happen now. But clearly Ollie doesn't need protection. So Mark is talking with him and he's heated. Rightfully so. This little boy just caught 2 bodies and not an ounce of regret, compassion, nothing. Caught 2 bodies and stood on that. And now Ollie's upset because Mark is upset and this little boy must be hiding his true power. For a second, I thought Mark couldn't catch up. I was about to be pissed. If this child who just got his powers is better than you, I would have felt some type of way.
You can't just kill people and pretend it's no big deal.
Isn't it responsible to make sure that the bad guys never hurt anyone else? People kill each other all the time, and most people aren't even special like us. They're just normal. Do you ever think that maybe Dad was right?
Oh no. No. Lil bro is unsavable. He's been surrounded by a loving family, a caretaker, living in a nice neighborhood, experienced no hardships in life. That is deadass just how he feels. So Debbie kind of talks some sense to him saying, what if she died? Is her life not precious? Think about how others would feel if they lost someone they cared about. Just cause you don't know them, it doesn't make their lives less important.
The Maulers didn't have friends or family.
Ah, hell nah. But there wasn't any signs, they said. That little boy is corrupt. He gonna say he understands now, but just wait till he's older. He gonna do whatever he wants then. But until that day, I guess we're good. Nothing to worry about. If y'all don't move after that, I don't know what to tell you. Got drones outside your crib. And look who's back. Angstrom survived. Yo, give the Invincible team a round of applause. Invincible came back and went 3 for 3. I was expecting 1 episode, but was given 3 bangers. See, this is why I don't like watching weekly, because now we have to wait for the next episode.